Some of the ways that I've experienced fear in my life was just fear of not doing good enough and then people just kind of pushing me away when I don't do good enough. So I always felt the need to tear myself down before other people could. My senior year in high school, like your typical high school girl, I had planned everything out how I wanted it to go and how I thought it should go. I would say that I struggled with a lot of fears like before my senior year, but after everything in my senior year, that's when a lot of them started to intensify. Everyone that was close in my family was getting sick, or something big was just going on. And then the fact that I just still had that really strong fear of abandonment. That summer before was when we had found out about my dad's cancer. The relationship that I had with my dad wasn't an ideal relationship. He was in and out. I was raised by a single mom. I felt like I needed to do more to make him show me the love that I wanted from him. At times it just felt like no matter how hard I tried, that it was just not really working. It was 3 days before my birthday. One of my friends that I've known since a very young age passed away in a car accident after school. November came and my aunt passed away to a massive heart attack. December came and my grandfather passed away. That is when we found out that my dad's cancer was pretty bad off, that it had spread. That next month, he passed away, and I still had a lot of bitterness. I started to develop a hate for myself, and I thought a lot of things were my fault. Going to my freshman year of college, I started to get excited. It's going to be a way for me to be able to get away from home and just kind of not really think about everything that had happened. After I got to college that October, I had an older brother who was killed back home. And the next month I had a cousin that lived right down the road from me who was killed as well. It just kind of felt like no matter how hard I tried to swim, like there was something still pulling me under. And I started drinking with my friends at college, and I didn't go to church as much, and I just was kind of trying to do my own thing and try to take my mind off of everything in my own way. I literally found myself just sitting and thinking to myself, like, Kittie, what are you doing? Like, this is not who you are. This is not what your purpose is. My cousin Mariah, she attended CrossPointe, and she was telling me how much she loved it and how much she loved the church family. I was able to start going to like the college services there. And I remember Gabe was speaking, and I ended up sharing my testimony with him, which that was my first time sharing my testimony with anyone. It was just a very vulnerable moment for me, and God showing me that there is rest in sometimes just saying what your fears are, what you're afraid of. I made the decision that, okay, Kittie, you've been hurt, you have fears, but you can't let those things define you. That's when I made the decision to just follow Christ with everything in me, and that's when I started to embrace the testimony that God has given me and embrace what He's brought me through. My first mission trip was to Honduras. It was a really great experience. Just being able to see God through each and every one of these little girls, and how much they still overwhelmed people with love regardless of what they had been through. Just being there and understanding that, like, Kittie, like, you're not the only person that's been through this. You're not the only person that has had these fears, but they have actually been through abandonment, and they still found the will and the strength to love regardless. The joy that I have now, it's easier for me to know and trust that it's all a part of God's plan. Whatever you feel is knocking against you, God is using it to make you stronger. So I'm just thankful that God still shined through to me when I tried to stay in the darkness.